Okay, we're going to give you an update on the garden. It is the very end of May, and so we've got the sunflowers that are starting to grow at the end of each row. Here are the shelling peas that I just posted a short about. We got a basket full of them, and it ended up making about between 4 and 5 cups once they were shelled. These are the sugar snap peas. We have harvested off of this row once, and it needs to be done again. I would actually get out there and do it today, but it is super muddy. This whole row is onions. Most of it is Patterson onions. 2/3 of it is Patterson onions, and then there's a third down at the end that is a candy onion. Again, we've got more sunflowers at the end of the row. This row is mostly broccoli. That was that broccoli that I bought the wrong variety of. Now, I got a lot of opinions on this broccoli. It is a variety called Artwork broccoli, and it is supposed to be a variety that never makes a large head, so no, these did not bolt. If you want to come here, we'll look a little closer. They're actually making this style of broccoli, this Artwork style of or variety of broccoli is supposed to make a lot of side shoots. And that's, you can see here we lopped off the main head and it is actually bushed out a lot and is growing some more side shoots, which is good if that's like what you're going for. But I like to get several large heads of the broccoli so that I can freeze them. So not what I wanted, but we're making do. Okay, this next row is our squash and zucchini, and then there's some winter squash that I just planted at the end. You can see from the first round of planting, only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the squash and zucchini came up. So I replanted those at the end of last week. So we're waiting to see these come up. These are the radishes. I pulled one this morning. Let's see if we can get us another one or two. This was like a variety pack from Botanical Interest, I think. You can look back at my seed video. I think it was called like the Easter egg blend. Now, on this side of the radishes, I just planted some zinnias to fill in as these radishes come out, because the rest of this row is things that we will not harvest for quite a while. So I just planted watermelon, cantaloupe, and pumpkin in the rest of this row. Now, this row is tomatoes and tomatillos. Obviously, I need to get out here and finish putting up cattle panel for the tomatoes. You can see some of these have gotten quite large and they really need to be staked, but it's going to have to not be so muddy that I sink into the ground when we do that. This row is all tomatoes as well. Most of them are Romas, but not all of them. We have a few slicers, one cherry tomato, and then this row is a variety of peppers. There's jalapenos, there's bells, there's peppercini. There's a variety of peppers in this row. These 3 rows, I'm so excited. We finally have germination on these 3 rows. So this row is lima beans that I have planted for the second time.
Spot, don't step on our little baby beans.
This row is lima beans. These 2 rows are green beans. So, and they are bush beans. They do not have to be trellis. Then we have 3 rows of corn with a lot of wheat. Okay, in this little planter, hey buddy. Okay, in this little planter, we have calendula, and then here we have herbs and a bed that really needs to be weeded, but we have lavender at the end. We have basil. We have some very small basil that needs to severely be weeded. We have one larger basil. We have, let's see, rosemary and cilantro and parsley. And then this bed, I just planted out in some flowers, so we're waiting for those to all come up. And then these are our flowers and some weeds.
This is our favorite bed.
This is our favorite bed right now because it has given us some great blooms. They are starting to look a little rough, so we're gonna get some of these and bring these in.
They have been the longest lasting flower.
Yes, these have a great vase life, like seriously, like at least a week before they start to look rough. Let's see. Then we've got some more herbs here. We'll put some flower gladiolus in this to kind of grow up and add some pretty here. Here is some dill. So these 4 beds are strawberries. We have been harvesting them. And these we planted out. If you missed it, we've got a video. We planted these out from bare roots. And so this should by no means be their most prolific year. But they have been doing great. These are, so I had some.
And our dog learned how to pick strawberries.
Yeah, our dog has, I think, impacted our strawberry harvest because he has learned how to pick them as well. These potatoes, I'm so excited because these came from just potatoes that we grew last year that had already kind of sprouted. I had some left over. They were a little too rough. We didn't want to eat them. So I put them in this box and they have come up beautifully. Here, this is a bed full of, well, currently weeds and zinnias, but it is going to be all zinnias once I get out here and get this weeded. So in this lineup, we're supposed to have zinnias, cosmos, and then zinnias at that end there. Now, we'll go ahead and cover this because I am so sad. The sweet potatoes may all be dead. Those beautiful slips that we grew together, I put them out, and then it rained and it rained and it rained and it rained and it rained, and they turned yellow, and now they just look very dead. There are a few that have survived, and I saved a few in my house, but not nearly enough. So when it decides to eventually not just torrentially downpour every single day, we're gonna evaluate this situation with the sweet potatoes. I'm gonna try replanting some of the slips that I saved inside, and we'll see where we're at. So this is the one very sad part of the garden. Oh look, one of our strawberries I've been tucking in the runners, and this one actually has roots. If you want to come in and look, this one actually has the roots on the runner are already coming out, and so I'm just gonna stick that right in there so it can root. And we need to get the cattle panel arch up here because the cucumbers are doing great. So we have a variety of cucumbers here. If I remember right, I put the English, the long snacking cucumbers up here, and then these should all be a pickling cucumber here. And then this bed, like the bed on that side, is the potatoes that were left over. And then again, this bed is zinnias that need to be weeded. So that is what our garden is looking like. Let's see here. Monday, I think, is the 2nd. So Sunday will be the 1st. If I'm right, Saturday is... So we've got 2 days left in May, if I'm calculating that right. And this is what our garden is looking at. We are right on the line, and it kind of depends on what chart you look at and where you look. We are right on the line of 6B and 7A. So that's kind of the garden zone that we are looking at. So this is what the garden's looking at right now. Hope you guys are having a great day and great time gardening. See you later. Okay, so it is a couple days later, but I got all this weeded, so I thought I would give you a quick glimpse at it, not a weeded mess. So just a quick look. I did get these replanted with some I had inside, those sweet potatoes, and then I got all these beds nice and weeded out, and they look so much better. We're at it, I'll walk up here and show you. I did get the big garden weeded as well, or most of it at least, so I'll show you that too. Here you go. It looks so much better than when I showed you guys earlier. The corn is all filled up. The beans you can clearly see now. Tomatoes, peppers, all the things. And this is dimathius earth. I'm probably butchering the way you pronounce that, but potato bugs have attacked, and I did this last year and it tremendously helped. Thanks for joining me in my garden. I hope you enjoyed this look. Today is June the 2nd, so I will hopefully see you guys back in about a week to look at it again and see how it's progressed.